Hi, fourth grade. Today we're going to start again with our writing unit about realistic fiction. Today's topic is plot. So our goal for our lesson today is to notice the most important events in a story so we can understand the plot. So let's refresh our memory. Ms. Selinsky has already spoken to each of us about plot in our previous videos, but it doesn't hurt to get a little refresher. So plot describes a sequence of events in a story. Sequence of events in a story. You may remember seeing something like this. This is called a story mountain, and it gives the 5 parts of plot. So we have the exposition, the introduction, the rising action, the climax, which is the turning point, the falling action, and the resolution, which is our conclusion of our story. So if you want to stop, pause this video, reread these definitions of the 5 parts of plot before you continue, that might be helpful. So what we're going to do today is we're going to listen to a story. It's called How to Catch a Star by Oliver Jeffers. You may know some stories by him, maybe the crayon stories. And I want you to listen and carefully identify the 3 major events in this story. As you listen and you find a major event, I want you to pause, and I want you to write it down in your composition notebook. After you've written it down, I need a reason, at least one reason. If you can come up with more, that would be great. Why you think this is a major event, not a minor event, a major event in our story. Remember, there are 3 major events that we're looking for. So here we go. Let's listen to our story.
A Star. Story and illustrations by Oliver Jeffers. Once there was a boy, and the boy loved stars very much. Every night the boy watched the stars from his window and wished he had one of his very own. He dreamed how this star might be his friend. They would play hide and go seek and take long walks together. The boy decided he would try to catch a star. He thought that getting up early in the morning would be best because then the star would be tired from being up in the sky all night. So the next day he set out at sunrise, but he could not see a star anywhere. So he sat down and waited for one to appear. He waited, and he waited, and he ate lunch, and he waited, and after dinner, he waited some more. Finally, just before the sun was about to go away, he saw a star. The boy tried to jump up and grab it, but he could not jump high enough. So very carefully he climbed to the top of the tallest tree he could find, but the star was still way out of reach. He thought he might lasso the star with the lifebelt from his father's boat, but it was much too heavy for him to carry. He thought he could fly up in his spaceship and just grab the star, but his spaceship had run out of gas last Tuesday when he flew to the moon. Perhaps he could get a seagull to help him fly into the sky to reach his star, but the only seagull he could find didn't want to help at all. Some birds are just like that. The boy thought he would never catch a star. Just then, he noticed something floating in the water. It was the prettiest star he had ever seen. Just a baby star. It must have fallen from the sky. He tried to fish the star out with his hands, but he couldn't reach it. Then he had an idea. The star might wash up on the shore. He ran back along the jetty to the beach, and then he waited and walked and watched and waited. And sure enough, the star washed up on the bright golden sand. The boy had caught a star of his very own. And that's the end of the story.
All right, so let's go through and decide what the very first major event is. If I rewind my story here to the beginning, and I'm watching
A star.
the first thing that happens to our boy
Story and
is he
illustrations
decides
by
he
Oliver
wants
Jeffers.
to catch a star. So I'm going to go to my major events here, and I'm going to hopefully annotate and write the first thing he wants to do. He decides he wants to catch a star. So why do we think it's a major event? There's lots of reasons. I think it's a major event because the whole story is called How to Catch a Star. So it has the title. Oops, I misspelled. What could be another reason? I want you to write another reason that I think this is a major event. If the title of the book is How to Catch a Star, obviously a major event is deciding to catch a star. Please write down another reason you think this is a major event. And I want you to choose one more major event from the story, give me a reason, and a third major event from the story, and give me at least one reason as to how this can help us understand what the plot of our story is. Once you've done that, I want you to type them into your Seesaw activity and share them with your teacher.